Okay, so feeling better than I did this morning. I took the steroids and Tylenol. My head is killing me, but I don't feel like throwing up, so that's good. I just slept really hard for 3 hours after taking steroids, so uh, it's just weird what's different between the last time and this time. Um, I am just totally shocked at um how many views or what, like your guys' comments about watching the vlog. Like, I'm really just touched and appreciate it. Like, it's it's just it's fun. It's fun. I love all the recommendations for movies. I mean, or series. Some I have watched, some I have not. Um, and probably start tonight because the steroids will, I don't know, maybe I'll be able to sleep again. I don't know. So, okay. As far as the history of this multiple myeloma, like, whoever read the first blog, I did do a blog called Jessica's Fun Facts, and it was just it was a way for me to kind of write every day, and I added photos and kind of went through the whole process then as well. So this is a little bit easier, so I don't have to like think about what I'm typing and adding a picture and posting it. The beginning of this journey actually started in October of 2013 when I went to a neurologist because I was having like jaw tingling and pain, and he was just checking some things out, and he said I want to do a blood panel, and in part of this blood panel there was increased protein in my blood, which can be, just something not that big a deal, but he told me I needed to see a hematologist. Well, as a nurse, anytime it's like see a hematologist, I'm like, I don't like that. I don't. And even though you say it might be nothing, it scared me. So went to a hematologist. He said that it looked like multiple myeloma, which is the cancer of plasma cells. And it was still really low, so it was like in this MGUS stage, and where you don't really treat it and you watch it. And then he checked again, and he said, never mind, you're in smoldering myeloma, which is kind of, it's progressing, but you don't have to do anything to it. So smoldering, doesn't that sound fun? Smoldering like a volcano, smoldering like a fire, just waiting to be big. And, eventually it's going to explode or burst into flames. So I watched so then I went to Huntsman Cancer Institute and went to a multiple myeloma specialist and was watched really closely from probably 2014 until 2016 when it progressed, and I didn't have any of the, it's CRAB. C is increased calcium, R is renal failure, A is anemia, and B is bone lesion. So I didn't have any of those. I didn't have any damage, but they could just see the cancer cells progressing. So in June of 2016, they decided it was time to start treatment before any of those happened. So went through 3 rounds of chemo that worked really well, did a stem cell transplant, stayed in Huntsman for about almost just over 2 weeks, and then just recovered. And it took probably a good year from the stem cell transplant to just have energy and not be sick. And so I have been lucky enough that I'd say 18, 19 felt really good. I still have been going every 3 months, check my markers, my labs. And in August of 2019, so between when I had the stem cell transplant and August of 2019, there was no myeloma that didn't show up in any of my labs, nothing. I look like a normal human being with no cancer. And then in August of 2019, it started showing up again. And when it shows up again for the second time, they're more aggressive about treating it and not going to wait for my numbers what they were in 2016. So in August, another doctor was covering for my doctor who was more aggressive, and he said you have to start treatment. So I was totally, we were all shocked. I told my work, I told friends, I said, hey, I'm going to have to start treatment. My husband's 50th was in October, and I said, can we please start after my husband's 50th? Because we all were going to Catalina Island, about 40 people to celebrate. Super fantastic. And so he said, okay, we'll watch you every month to see if it goes up. And it kind of just stayed, it plateaued. Like it kind of went up, sought my blood, and then it didn't move at all. So my doctor, Dr. A at Huntsman, I saw him in December, and he said, oh no, you're moving pretty slow. It's pretty slow. I don't think we need to treat right now. And we'll just keep watching. Well, I do, we have so much fun. We make sure that we go to California, we go to Glenwood Springs in Colorado. We get to go celebrate my mom's 80th on the most fantastic cruise right before Corona. Like, Corona had just started, and we were on a boat with 220 people, and I didn't think I was going to get to go because I was going to have to start treatment, and so it all just happened. We went on this fantastic cruise with my mom, and I came back, did my labs, and they almost doubled since December. And so then they were concerned and said, let's do your labs again in 2 weeks to see like how fast these are going. And so I did then labs, a bone marrow, a PET scan, and reassessed 2 weeks later. So we go for an appointment. And I think, I don't know what we were thinking. We were still thinking that I wasn't going to be treated for a while. So I think people got lax again. I didn't start treatment in August when I told everybody. So I was like, okay, not starting treatment, just kidding. And I thought we were going to have some more time. We went in for an appointment, I think on March, I don't know, 17th. Thanks, honey. He's coaching me. And they said, from your bone marrow, March 13th. That's right. It was Friday the 13th. It was a shit day. Man, that was a bad day. Yeah. So, Friday the 13th, they're like, okay, so you need to start treatment March 19th. I had a new gene mutation that I didn't have the first time that made things more risky or harder to treat. Like, it's the cancer cell it's a cell that detects cancer cells and helps fight cancer cells, and mine was mutated. So my cell that's supposed to help with fighting cancer was mutated. So I'm like so unprepared. I couldn't clean up anything at work. Last time I nested like I was having a baby, like I cleaned out the house, we redid things. I was like, okay, I just need to be ready for this. This time, totally not ready. Like, I didn't feel like I had time to plan, or I don't know. I had applied for a job that I was super excited about that I had to pull my name out of because I knew that right now wasn't the right time. So that sucked. Anyway, so that's the process. So this time around, they want to do 4 rounds of chemo, a stem cell transplant, and then 2 more rounds of chemo after that. So it's just more treatment this time. So I don't love that. Holy cow. If you're still watching this and intrigued, I salute you, because I just sat here, laying here, telling you the history of my multiple myeloma with that awesome hair. Wow, spectacular. So, yeah. that's my history of multiple myeloma. And I don't have any bone lesions or any end organ damage, so that's good. And I'll talk to you later.